What's going on, everybody? My name is Akatori2744 here today with my very first episode of What's on My iPhone. Basically, I'm going to be doing these episodes whenever my iPhone completely or gets a lot of new applications, I want to say. Right now, it's pretty simple. There's not a lot of applications on here, and the microphone isn't going to be as high quality as usual because I decided to go ahead and walk it through. Instead of doing a voiceover, I decided to just go ahead and use the camcorder microphone because that would be much easier, and it's easier for me to go through and explain these applications on time. So the first page is pretty much just home default applications that come on your device. I do want to go ahead and talk about Newsstand though. I really don't use Newsstand on my iPhone or iPod Touch because of the fact that not many magazines are available for Newsstand on iPhone or iPod Touch, which is kind of unfortunate. If you have Newsstand for the iPad, I will recommend one really good magazine. It's called Distro Magazine. It's by Engadget, very popular tech blog. They basically just give out a free magazine once a month, I believe. It might be once a week. And it's really good read to just go ahead and go through that magazine. I really enjoy that. It's not available for the iPhone or iPod Touch, unfortunately. But like I said, you know what? It's kind of just in the way. Newsstand, it's not a necessity. I don't think it should be on every single device. I do not think it should be a default. Then again, it's Apple working with those magazines that have decided to go ahead and put their newsstand in there. And it's not only magazines, it's also newspapers and so on. But I just really don't see it as a necessity, at least on the iPhone and iPod Touch. So let's go ahead and talk about games first. I'm not going to go ahead and enter all these games because you guys know a lot of them, like Angry Birds Space, Temple Run. I have some of my very first applications on here that I first bought. Crash Bandicoot was actually my very first application ever bought on my iOS device. I believe it was the iPod Touch 2nd generation, which was my first iOS device. Some of my favorites, first off, Tiny Wings, my #1 favorite. This has been my favorite ever since it came out in September of 2011. If you guys don't have it already, I recommend getting it. It's not available for the iPad, it's available for the iPhone and iPod Touch. Basically, you're this bird who can't fly because it has tiny wings. You go through here, I've done a full review, you guys can go ahead and check it out in the description below. But you basically just go through and you glide throughout these hills, you slide on your belly and stuff, and I'm sucking at it right now because I'm not really paying attention. Just trying to basically just demonstrate the point of the game. And you get a certain amount of sun, and you have to make it as far as you can in that time. So like I said, I'm not really trying. If you have me at Game Center, you'll be able to see that I don't completely suck at this application. I'm just trying to give the main point here. You just go ahead and slide through, and it's extremely addictive because you get a score, and it all adds up. And if you don't hack it and you really try it, it's really fun to play. So like I said, this is Tiny Wings, by far my favorite application game on any iOS device. It's available for the iPhone and iPod Touch, 99 cents. Just overall, I really love it. It's kind of unfortunate that the developer hasn't pushed any updates though, because it's still not Retina Display active or anything like that. Another one I want to mention is Gears. Now Gears I've also done a review on, which you guys can check that out in the description below. As you can see, it very matches up to the iPhone, iPod Touch. It's very elegant here. Kind of a big word there. It's just a really great looking application. I really love it. Going through, you guys might have seen my review. Yes, there's a lot of fingerprints on my device. Basically this ball pops up, and you have to go ahead and glide it through. You can do this gyroscope or by hand. Amazing, amazing 3D graphics. As you can see, I fell right off the bat there. I believe I'm on like the 3rd level. Yeah. Just going through here. As you can see, amazing graphics. I don't really suck at this game that much, but I'm just trying to, like I said, cross off the main point for you guys. Really nice sound effects. Overall, as mentioned, one of my favorite applications as well on the iPhone and iPod Touch. Because of the graphics, the sounds, very addictive, many levels. Really enjoy that. Rope and Fly is another one I want to go ahead and mention. It's an extremely simple application, one of the very first on iOS devices. Well, not the very first, but probably within the year of the very first of the App Store. It's pretty simple. You're this guy who drops from a skyscraper, and you have to sling that and see how far you can go within a certain amount of time. So, you know, it gets fairly addictive because when you get a whole bunch of friends trying to play it, you see how far you can go, you try to beat each other's scores. I believe it's free in the App Store for the iPhone and iPod Touch. And that's basically the goal of the game. It's quite fun. Once you get a while of playing that, I overall enjoy it. And then when he falls, he explodes. Kind of neat there. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to social applications on my iOS device. Of course, I have Messenger and phone down here, which I'm not going to show you guys because that'll show an extreme amount of personal detail. Skype, Twitter, which, by the way, Twitter, follow me there. Great place to follow me, by far the best place to follow me. A lot of people talk to me on Twitter, and I reply to almost everybody who talks to me on Twitter, so you guys can go ahead and follow me. I'm at Guitardy2744, which is available in the description below. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, a lot of great news updates coming through there. Very nice application as well, the Twitter default application, although I do prefer Tweetbot, which I have yet to get. Instagram, one of my favorites again, that's Sebastian Page's baby, the creator of iDownload blog. Going through here, as you can see, basically you just upload photos, and it's a social network for photos. It's really great. I love it. I post about a photo a day, if not more. And as you can see, I follow a lot of people. Kat Von D, LA Inc., one of my favorite shows out there. Watching from season 1 right now, and I'm also watching it live on TV. TechFast LD or whatever, yeah, TLD. He's got some photos through there. Chris Perillo, a lot of people to follow on Instagram. You guys can also follow me on Instagram here. As you can see, I have 96 photos, 44 followers, following 20 people. And I post a lot of photos, mainly iOS-related photos, and those also go into my Twitter account. So it's also, overall, a pretty good place to follow me is Twitter, by far. Also my Xbox Live, which I haven't decided to give out my gamer tag yet, and my SoundCloud for music, social networking. Necessity for devices, I've always been interested in keeping up on the Weather Channel. Free application, you guys have probably heard of it, weather.com. It's where I get all my weather. Somebody going in there, very, very useful. It's got the maps and everything. Tell them the weather. Good stuff. Trailers, also one of my favorites, staying up to date with all the movies coming out, all the trailers. They have a lot of exclusive trailers, like God Bless America, that's an exclusive. And overall, scrolling through here, you can watch the trailers through. I've also done an application review over this, which you can also check out in the description below. But, really good application there, made by Apple. Also, Movie Looks. Let's talk about this one for a bit. So basically what the same simple goal of this is to pick out a video shot, footage of a video. You click here. I'm going to go ahead and click a cinch shot, for example, of the review I did. Yes, I did film it on my iPhone here. And it'll go ahead and apply effects, and there's a lot of effects on here. I believe the application is something like $2.99. I'm not exactly sure on the price, but it has effects like bronze and cinematic, and it's something I plan to do if I decide to make more videos that are un-app related on this, better shot videos and stuff, because believe it or not, my iPhone 4S camera kind of looks a lot better than this. Not a lot, but it's noticeably different. And going through here, there's a lot of very detailed, nice effects here to go ahead and add to the video after you have shot it. As you can see, Jake's looking pretty good there, that effect. Optimus, Resident, there's a ton of effects in there. And there's even more upgrades that you can go through. That's basically what's on my iPhone right now. Not a whole lot of interesting things. I don't have a lot of applications. I don't try to pack up a lot of applications that I don't use. Any applications that I don't normally enter and play, for example, these games are ones that I usually play. I've had many more games. I've downloaded over 1,000 applications, and all those applications, I don't put them all on one device. I usually go through and I manage what I usually use, and it changes a lot, so the next What's on My iPhone episode will probably be a lot different. Anyway, for now, that's what's on my iPhone. Also, we have Pandora Radio, which you guys all know what that is. Probably won't be around that much longer, so I go ahead and enjoy that as much as possible. So if you guys want to see more What's on My iPhone, you guys can go ahead and subscribe above. If you guys also want to see more of our iOS devices, I'm doing jailbreak tweaks, application reviews, news, pretty much everything iOS related on this channel. Go ahead and visit the description below. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, and if you want to check out my Instagram, it is also available in the description below. Yes, iOSnova.com is my website. I do all the writing on it. I do all the updates on it, editing. Every single thing on that website is done by me, and even on this YouTube channel, every single thing is just done by me. I just do it all. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and thumbs up. That'll be much appreciated, and comment for your favorite applications. Possibly, tell me what's on your iPhone if you're interested in that. I'd be interested in hearing that. So once again, thank you guys for watching. This is Guitardy2744.